The PBS show Changing Planet examines climate change and what's being done to battle it.
Next to us, beavers are probably the biggest engineer out on the landscape.
It turns out beavers are helping to stop massive wildfires. We spoke with Dr. Emily Fairfax, an eco-hydrologist who studies how water affects plants and animals. First, she explains the beaver's biology.
Its body is kind of shaped like a bowling ball. They're very round animals with webbed back feet, little grabby hands, and a huge paddle tail.
They're a big member of the rodent family, weighing between 40 and 100 pounds.
When this animal walks across the landscape, it's really a waddle,
making it vulnerable to predators. So beavers create wetlands.
Once they're in the water, beavers are so safe. They're outstanding swimmers. They can hold their breath for like 15 minutes.
They live throughout the U.S.
They are in the mountains, they're in the deserts, they're in the valleys, they're in the rivers, the lakes, they're in cities.
Beavers' teeth are designed to sharpen over time.
It's coated in like an iron-rich coating. This is a really strong tooth. And if they can bite right through a tree, like that's an animal that can bite through a lot of things. Like those are some seriously sharp and strong teeth.
Next, Emily examines how beavers build wetlands.
When beavers move into a landscape, their number one order of business is to create a wetland.
Emily uses Google Earth and drones to map beaver dams.
Those dams slow the water down, they keep it on the landscape longer. That gives the water time to sink down into the soil and sort of build up this big soggy sponge on the earth.
And these wetlands work like speed bumps, stopping wildfires.
We've seen a lot more drought, we've seen a lot more fire, we've seen a lot more flood. Beaver wetlands are really resistant to those disturbances.
Finally, here's how wetlands help battle wildfires.
Fire can be really good. Fire can help reset some of those ecological processes that just need that to happen every few years.
But they're happening way too often now.
The fires we've been having recently are a lot of times too big or too intense, and they just burn through the landscape super fast.
You can see how fires stop at wetland areas.
You start to have these big, long streaks and ribbons of wetland habitat staying green during the fires.
Beavers are now being restored to areas where they no longer exist.
The beavers are doing something on their own. We don't have to tell them to do it. We don't have to pay them to do it. They just do it. And it's good, and it's helping the planet.
Changing Planet 2 is streaming on PBS.org and on the PBS app.
There's a lot of challenges, and I want all the hands and all the paws and flippers and fins on deck that we can get.
Beavers, environmental heroes, helping us battle wildfires.